Welcome back to It's a Tool Thing. Today I'd like to talk about Milwaukee half-inch drive cordless impact guns. I have a few stand-ins here today. I have the compact 3/8 drive here instead of the half-inch compact. The sizes are exactly the same, just the drive is different. Here I have the M12 stubby and 3/8 drive. Again, the size is exactly the same, but you can get it in half-inch drive. In the rear, I have the half-inch mid-torque, which can also come in a 3/8 drive. Once again, the size is exactly the same. The drive is different. And over here on the far side, I have the Milwaukee high torque with the half-inch drive anvil. This can also be purchased with a 3/4 drive anvil. I could see the merits of getting that unit with a 3/4 drive anvil. Due to its size of the body, the half-inch drive anvil is not ideal in many cases. It has plenty of power, but it doesn't fit in as tight of places. That is why I bought the mid-torque there in the middle. Unfortunately, my original mid-torque, along with my original compact and high torque, were all stolen, and I replaced them with these, which are the current models here probably 2 years ago. The high torque, as I said, the overall size of it is larger than a standard half-inch drive impact gun, which I have down below, this Ingersoll Rand titanium. Also, the weight is significantly more, especially when you have the 5 amp hour battery on it. I have never tried using the compact battery on the high torque or the mid torque, but I am considering using it on the mid torque. On the mid torque, I unfortunately ended up with a pin detent version of it when I got it replaced, because Home Depot, that is the only one they stock in store. Overall, I've been fairly happy with the mid torque. It gets stymied too often though. Many times I've had to use my Ingersoll Rand titanium to break bolts loose, in particular half-inch driveline 12-point headed bolts. It cannot seem to break loose more often than not. The torque on those bolts is only 125 to 135 foot-pounds. It should easily be able to take it loose, but for some reason, when trying to take a 12-pointed fastener off, it seems to struggle more than you would expect. As far as having the smaller two here in half-inch drive, I don't feel that it would be advantageous to have either one of these in half-inch drive. The only caveat I would give for that would be if all you had was half-inch drive sockets. Half-inch drive sockets tend to be larger in length and diameter than 3/8 drive for the same size socket. So if you only had half-inch drive impact sockets, I guess that would make sense. As far as the mid-torque, having a 3/8 anvil, I don't see the benefits of that either. You can see in the size there compared to the air impact gun that they are very close to the same size, except for the battery down at the bottom. So having that in 3/8 drive would be okay, but I don't see the overall benefits, considering that 3/8 drive sockets stop at 1 inch for impacts that I know of, and it would be underutilized. In any case, I try not to use adapters whenever possible and just use the correct size anvil. I use the half-inch drive cordless impacts in my shop truck. Originally, when I first got them about 2 years ago, I would take them into the shop every day and use them in the shop, and then take them back out into the shop truck and put them away. But that got tiresome after some time, and getting that mid-torque stymied so many times led me back to just using my half-inch drive air impact in the shop instead of using the cordless. I just didn't see the advantage. We have air lines at every station. The unaccessibility of having to get it out of the shop truck, and the fact that far too often that mid-torque would not be able to break a fastener loose or would not fit. All in all, I do like them in the service truck. That way I don't have to reel the air line out and start the air compressor and listen to that thing run, when generally speaking 1/2-inch bolts I don't do a whole bunch of, so it would only be something you would start the compressor, run it for a minute or two, and then you could shut it off for an hour while you be using 3/8 drive. In the shop truck I use the compact, and in the shop I generally use the stubby. I originally had the compact and then purchased the stubby. I was looking to purchase another compact one to use in the shop, and I heard they were coming out with the stubby and decided to go ahead and go with the stubby for in the shop, and I've been very happy with that, along with the air ratchet, the cordless ratchet. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.